Alright guys, I just ordered a gas-powered T-post driver, or actually a fence post driver. I have over 80 T-posts to put in on my orchard. I'm building a fence around my orchard, and they're 10-footers, so they have to go in the ground at least 2 feet, if not 3. So let me do a quick unboxing. I'll show you how it's packaged in the box in case you decide that you want to get one. Now this is a light duty one. I didn't want to get something heavy duty because these things can cost, you know, $2,500 and up. So I got something light duty. I'll put everything in the description of where I got it and how much it cost. All right. So let me do an unboxing. We'll get this thing put together and we'll try it out. All right, guys. Let's see what's in this thing. I'll get my dull knife. Oh, it's not that dull, I guess. Wow, that's pretty cool. You get professional grease. Okay, this isn't normal, this is professional. Okay, these go inside inside the unit where your T-posts are going to bump up against, I'm pretty sure. But we'll figure all that out later. Let me put this knife away before I cut myself. You get some tools in this little Ziploc baggie here. You got Allen wrenches, open-end wrenches, little screwdrivers, T-handled Allen wrenches. A spark plug. This is for the spark plug, I'm assuming, and a screwdriver on that. And you get a spark plug. I'm assuming that they usually come with it on, unless it's an extra one, but we'll see. Alright, here we have some paper or instruction manual. And you have here the mixer for the fuel. Now that's pretty cool. I like this. You can put your fuel in here, your oil in here. It's got little markings, 5, 10, 50 to 1. Wow, it's pretty cool. Ratio. That's good. Very good. Oh, also this was at the top of the box. It's got 2 knurled ends on it. It's a bar, a steel bar. It's got knurled ends on it. We're going to figure out where this goes. All right, so this is the main unit. Let me get it out of here. Now, what else do we got here? Okay, this is the sleeve that screws onto the bottom where your T-post will go into here. This threads in. Nice, good. And another one here on this side. Okay. 2 different sizes. Alright, let me get rid of this box. Alright, so here it is. Do not eat. Voila. Now I ain't never had one of these before, so we're gonna see how it works. And I mean it's imported from China, so it's got to be good. Okay, and I'm gonna show you where I got it. This company, it's called DIY Outlet, and I found it the cheapest. I did a Google search online for the cheapest one I can get, and they all showed this brand. I've seen this exact one for like $400, but they were averaging around 300, and I found this one for like 254, something like that. So in fact, I'm going to look right now. Okay, actually it was $242.25 and free shipping. That's pretty good. When these things were averaging around 300 everywhere else, even at Walmart sells these online. I think they were averaging 267, 270, right around there. So I got it for $242.25 at the DIY outlet. So what you have here is your throttle and a little safety doohickey here. This is your stop and start. Put your fuel in here. Your carburetor, spark plug, and it's got a plug in there already, so I have an extra one. That's pretty cool. And these handles here, they're spring loaded, so it keeps that vibration off from you. Very cool. And all the hammering goes on in this little box here, this little gearbox or whatever you want to call it. So this thing spins and hammers down on here, and you got your hands here. Very cool. Okay, what it looks like, this is called an inner pile. This is where all the hammering is going to go on right here on this piece. And if you can see in here, it's got little ball bearings in there. And I'm assuming once it fits on this end here, see if you can see that end right there. Once those ball bearings go over that end, they'll kind of go in and then go over the groove here. But what they suggest, since this goes in here like this, put this on first, then put the pile in, and then they say to hammer it with that bar, and then it should go in. And then to remove it, you just unscrew this, and it'll pull this pile right out. So let's get this screwed in. See, are they right hand or left hand here? They are right hand. Alright, now that I got this screwed in, get this bar, it's got the knurled ends on it. Tighten it up. And now they say to slip this through there and hammer it in. Didn't do anything? Let's try it this way. Okay, it's in. Okay, now I got a T-post here. I had a 6-footer. Now the T-post is going to go in here like this, and it's going to hit that, they call it a pile, and hammer this thing down. Alright guys, I'm out here where I'm going to be putting my T-post, and I'm ready to start this up. I filled it with oil and gas mixture. It's a 40-to-1 ratio. Per gallon, if you want a 50-to-1 ratio, you mix 2.6 ounces per gallon. If you want a 40-to-1 ratio, you mix 3.2 ounces per gallon of oil. Right here, there's a choke, and here's the primer bulb here. And you just keep squeezing it. Doesn't say how many times, just several times. As long as these hoses start filling up, you know it's the fuel is getting inside the carburetor. Okay, that's probably good enough. Now the choke, you can see the little picture here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. but the butterfly is closed. They have it here as off. It doesn't mean the choke is off. What it means is the engine off. Put it here. And then for the engine on, you put it here. But we're going to try starting it with the choke, and then we're going to flip it to the on position. And also, right here, make sure the switch here is not on the off position. Up is off, down is on. All right, for the start position. Okay, we got it primed. The choke is on. The switch is on the run position. Now they say it's the first time starting it to let it idle at low RPMs, it says, for 3 to 5 minutes, just to warm it up and let things break in a bit. Okay, here we go. See if I can do it this way. Put it on, see what happens. There we go. This choke thing is actually the off position. It does mean off for the engine. I'm an old school. When you put it on choke, it's supposed to help it start, and then once it starts, you open the choke up. So we're going to let this idle for 3 to 5 minutes, and we're going to try it out. All right, I had it running for roughly 5 minutes. The choke's a little confusing. It's got on and the choke is open, the butterfly, and off, and the choke is, the butterfly is closed in the ventry. You would think the choke would be on, you know, the ventry being closed, and then with the ventry open would be the run position. But it's kind of worded funny and it's kind of backwards, but if you look at the little picture of the butterfly on here, you'll understand. So my suggestion is pump this up a few times on a cold engine. Put the choke where it says off, which is actually choke on. But anyways, you flip it all over to where the butterfly is closed, pull it a few times, and then put it on the on position. Make sure this is on the on position to the switch here. And just start right up. All right, so let me get things ready here, and we're going to try this out. All right, guys, what I've been doing is putting a piece of tape at the 2-foot mark from the bottom of the T-post. I'm going to drive these in 2 feet. I also marked them at 3 feet, just in the event I need to push them down an extra foot. I've been putting them in 2 feet by hand with the manual driver, and it seems to be okay. My wooden posts are 7 feet in the air, so these are going to be sticking up 1 foot above my wooden posts, which is okay because it'll keep the deer out that way. Alright, so you can see I got my tape measure. This is a 100-foot tape measure I have here. And on the side you're seeing here is the engineer's side. It gives you the distance in decimals, you know, 4 feet, and then it's 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, all the way to 0.9, and then 0.10, it goes to the next foot. Which is easier for me because when I divide up the distance between post to post, the wooden posts, and then put in my T-post, I need to find out the spacing. So that usually just gives it to you in decimal. So anyways, I got my line set up, and you can see that the rest of my posts are nice and lined up. It doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're within an inch or so of that line, you're fine. Alrighty. Actually, you know what? I think it's best if I pound them in by hand just to get it started, because when I stick it into that sleeve, it only goes in a few inches, and that's not enough to support it as I'm lifting it up. Alrighty. Alright. It hasn't rained here in about a week, and I have clay soil, so pretty dry. Okay, the manual says, not the manual, but online, it says that this thing weighs about 35 pounds. One more. You know what? Considering how dry my ground is, a lot of you guys don't know, this is clay, and it hasn't rained in over a week, and it's in the 90s every day now. It's very dry, very hard. You can't even get a shovel into this. And it went in pretty good. I'm surprised. Very, very good for a lightweight machine like this. Now, T-posts are very forgiving. If they're not that straight, you can bend them a little bit. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Voila. Okay, the last one I'm pounding in by hand just to get it started. .2. I want to make sure when you start a T-post it's not twisted on you, as straight as you can get it. Alright, the rest I'll do it with the gas-powered driver. One more step. It's best not to use full throttle because you'll get a better hammering action when you're at low or medium throttle, I should say. High throttle, it seems to bypass the hammering action. I don't know, it kind of like skips over it. You can understand that? Alright. Alright guys, just to show you how it come out. Not too bad for an amateur. Alright guys. In conclusion, what do I think about it and would I recommend it? Yeah, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. Like I said, I know how hard this ground is right now. It is hard. This is clay. It hasn't rained over a week and it's been hot and sunny every day. So this is baked. And it went down nice, slowly but gradually, just hammered its way down. It beats doing it by hand, let me tell you, because I did the early one, the first ones there by hand. What were they? I think there were 5 or 6 of them I did by hand. And I was like, boy, I got 80 of these to do. So I'd rather just start them by hand, just to hold the pole up, or the T-post. Start the T-post driver, put it on there, and then drive it the rest of the way down. Now it's kind of hard with one person just alone trying to do that, and then stop and trying to see if you're plumb to the ground and all that. But what are you going to do? T-posts are very forgiving. Get them as straight as you can get it. I can see right now it's not that bad. I can just bend them a little bit. It's not a problem at all. They will bend, trust me. So, in conclusion, for a light duty, inexpensive, something you're going to use once in a blue moon, not all the time, it's perfect. Okay? If you're going to do this for a living, obviously you're not going to get this. You're going to buy something for $2,000, you know, $2,500 and up. But if you got just a few to do now and then, putting in a garden, it's great. Highly recommend it. The instructions in the manual are kind of hard to read because when it's translated from Chinese to English, it's pretty bad. Let me tell you. It doesn't give you a fuel ratio. I mixed it 40-to-1. It smokes a little bit. It's okay. It'll get more lubrication that way. It'll last longer, and you know, your plug might fall up a little more now and then, but it's no big deal. Unscrew it, clean it, and put it back in. Right here, and on this gearbox, there's a cover, okay? They tell you to take that off once in a while. It doesn't really specify how often, but once in a while take it off and make sure there's grease in there. But the way it's worded, I wasn't sure if it was shipped empty or what, so I took the cover off, and it does have grease in there. So I put the cover back on. It's just 246 hex head, or not hex head, Allen head bolts on there. But yeah, not bad at all, man. For 242. Now it's regularly 254 on DIY outlet. It's 254 and change. I think it's 99. But I had I googled a discount for DIY outlet, and there was a 5% discount, and I put that in there, discount code, and it worked. So Google it. You'll get an extra $12 or something off on that, and get it even a little cheaper. So for $242, I got it for, what did I say, $242.25, and free shipping. And it came within a few days. It was here. It was awesome. All right, guys. So appreciate you watching. I hope this may help you make a decision or not. Like I said, this isn't the best quality. This is made in China stuff. But like I said, if you're not going to use it all the time, it's not bad at all. It's going to work for me here. I guess that's about it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.